What's going on, everybody? My name is Bobby, and I'm just another reactor here on YouTube. And today I'm going to be reacting to Senri Kawaguchi. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And this is her drum performance of Flux Capacitor. But before I get to this reaction, I just want to remind y'all to please subscribe to my channel and please like this video. And if you care to support my channel, there's a PayPal link in the description, or you can leave a tip through the Brave browser, which is a cryptocurrency browser. You can even donate through the Cash App using my email address, which is also in the description below. And you can tip through my new channel at odyssey.com, and I'll leave that link in the description below as well. But donations to my channel are not necessary, they're not required. You can watch my videos for free, but any support for my channel is greatly appreciated. Now, quite a bit of people have recommended that I react to Senri Kawaguchi ever since I started reacting to Yoyoka playing certain drum covers and a couple of originals. And then later on I started reacting to some drum covers by Juna as well. And in a lot of those comments, a lot of y'all were recommending that I react to Senri. And I think there's even a video out there somewhere that somebody recommended of Yoyoka and Senri playing something together. If I'm right about that, I can't wait to react to that. But I think that's what I read somewhere in y'all's comments. I did a search for Senri Kawaguchi. I've never heard of her, seen any of her videos. When I did the search, a bunch of results came up from Drumeo, and I've seen a few videos from Drumeo, but I don't remember ever seeing Senri on there. I saw her picture in a lot of the thumbnails, and I just don't recognize her. So when I start this video, I don't know if it's going to look familiar at some point or not. Probably not, because most of the videos I've seen from the Drumeo channel were just like tutorials and just showing you how to play certain drum patterns and rudiments and things like that. I never really watched any performances that I can remember. So anyway, I picked this one first to watch because, like I said, there was a bunch of results in my search, and I picked this one because of the name of it, Flux Capacitor. One movie I really liked a lot when I was growing up was Back to the Future. I thought that movie was really cool and really funny. Haven't seen it in quite a few years, but I just like the name of this song. So without further ado, this is my reaction to Senri Kawaguchi and her drum performance of Flux Capacitor. Of course, from Japan. Or that's my guess anyway. All right, well, where do I begin on this? Okay, so when a lot of y'all were recommending that I react to Senri here, some of y'all told me that she's more like more of a jazz player than rock or metal, like Yoka is. And boy, you weren't kidding about that. I remember when I was growing up playing the drums, I was all metalhead into hard rock and heavy metal. And, in my younger years, when I was real young, before I even started playing drums, I just assumed because, heavy metal and hard rock were so heavy, basically, that it took more skilled drummers to play stuff like that because, it's just, heavy and more energy. And some of my relatives back then played in like some Latin jazz bands and stuff like that, and I just, never really thought much of it. But as I grew older, I started to realize that, other forms of drumming, especially jazz, is a whole other skill level that I can't even dream of playing. I mean, when I was learning drums, I was learning other people's drumming and playing a lot of cover songs, and then I started to apply what I learned into our originals in some of my later bands. I just kind of played what I learned in rock and metal and kind of made my own rock and metal drum patterns and beats and stuff like that. But to play like this, there's a term that a lot of drummers use called playing in the pocket. And from what I can understand, what that means is basically when you're just so in time with the music that you're not wavering in any way, and you play kind of more with feel than you do with technique, and that's the way it looks like she's playing. She's really, really great, way above my league of playing, or whatever you want to call it. She's just, you can ask her. I'm hoping she goes into some kind of, like a lot of jazz drummers do. They'll have little breaks in the music and just kind of go all out with some crazy drumming. And I'm hoping she'll do that here, or maybe in some other videos that I'll react to in the future, which I'm definitely going to do, react to some more of her, because she's just amazing. I'm guessing that's Senri playing there. Anyway, that was Senri Kawaguchi, and on the title it says Senri Kawaguchi hits harder than you. She didn't even look like she was hitting that hard. She just had a lot of control. But anyway, that's her Flux Capacitor. I don't know if that's a known jazz song or an original of hers or what. I don't know. But that was just amazing. She's an awesome drummer. She didn't go all out on anything like I was describing that some jazz drummers do when there's breaks in the music. They'll just kind of go all out doing drum fills and solos and stuff like that with the music kind of coming in at, certain parts of the drum fills. And it's really cool to watch when a really good drummer does that. You can look at like some old Gene Krupa or Buddy Rich videos, and even some more of the modern drummers like David Weckl or somebody like that, and you can see them doing stuff like that where they just go all out and doing these crazy drum fills while playing jazz. So if there's any videos out there of Senri doing stuff like that where she really shows her drum skills, let me know and I'll react to it. But I can see she's certainly capable of doing stuff like that because she is just very talented. In my first reaction to Yoyoka, which was her drum cover of Kill the King by Rainbow, which was badass, by the way, but I mentioned in there how Yoyoka does what's called ghost notes with her left hand, where they kind of bounce the stick on the snare drum while they're playing beats. And I said in that Yoyoka video that there's even some of those ghost notes where you really don't hear them that well, but you can see her doing it, or in some cases you don't see her doing it, but you can hear them. And in this case, it was the same way, where there's parts of this song where Senri is doing some of those ghost notes with her left hand, and you can really hear them and you can see them. But then there's other parts of the song where she was doing them so soft that you can see her stick bouncing, but I couldn't really hear them that well through these in-ears, but you can tell, you could hear it just enough to know she was doing it. But man, that was amazing. She's a great drummer, and I can't wait to react to more of her drumming videos. I know, like y'all said, she's not a rock or metal drummer, and I'm mostly a rock and metal person, but I'm really open to reacting to stuff like this because the skill level on drumming like this is just above the charts. So anyway, that's going to do it for this reaction, and I hope y'all enjoyed it. And I just want to remind y'all again to please subscribe to my channel, and please like this video. And if you care to support my channel, there's a PayPal link in the description, or you can leave a tip through the Brave browser, which is a cryptocurrency browser. You can even donate through the Cash App using my email address, which is also in the description below. And you can tip at my new channel at odyssey.com, and I'll leave that link in the description below as well. But donations to my channel are not necessary. They're not required. You can watch my videos for free, but any support for my channel is greatly appreciated. Thank you once again for watching my reaction to Senri Kawaguchi and her drum performance of Flux Capacitor.